Right, we're on.
Right.
We're back. Well,
Welcome back.
it's been a very long time. Hopefully, you have already seen our food tier list. I hope it went down well. It hasn't actually been edited yet as of this recording.
Technical difficulties
There
in
is
the editing room, but
The audio file does keep getting corrupted. But
that could be coming soon.
it will be
So
cleaned up.
If you found us from that video, just like to welcome you to the Football Legends tier list.
There it is. I know it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, on screen, you will be seeing the...
Just cancel that swear. Apologies if there's any
Apologies
swearing
about
just
that.
came through. It was wasn't
some-
us. There was just a few passing pedestrians.
Yeah,
we just moved swiftly on.
We
to
had
the
some
tier list.
technical difficulties already there, but don't worry about that. Right.
Do you need to screen record it?
Yeah, I'm already doing it. Right.
Sound,
so
yeah.
right, here we go. So the tiers that we've got in our tier
What
list
we've decided on from top to bottom.
go GOAT, Legend, World Class, Starting 11, Bench, and Dog. Now, obviously, any of the players that we talk about during this tier list are not Dog in reality,
Yeah, we agreed that
because they are the top echelon of the sport.
the calibre of these players, we wouldn't put them in dog.
No.
Amongst the average footballers.
Yeah, but for obviously when you're rating them against the legends like Zidane, Tim Cahill, Granit Xhaka, these are the type of people that
The talents out of this world.
it's insane. So you've got to have people who are they're not there at all. So you're obviously going to have Dog and you're going to have people on the bench. And that's just the way things go. But I reckon we just dive into it.
And that's the way it's going to go
That's
down.
the way the cookie crumbles, right? So the first up, we're not going to do all of these that you see on the bottom slider because some of them, it could be tricky because, you got to know who
There's
they
a lot
are.
of players. So stay with us here because we've got a good podcast
Okay,
coming.
so here we go. First up, Tony Adams.
Oh, do you know what? I watched the Sky Sports, I think it's called 89 thing, and he was a mainstay of that Arsenal side who won a title, probably a few titles. My knowledge will let me down a little here. England legend, stonewall in defence. As a defender, don't often get the credit. I'd put him right up there in world class.
Tony Adams, world class. Got a hell of a nose on him. Yeah, I mean,
Was
Look
it him
at-
or Tony Adams who used to wear that band round his head and he was a...
him or Tony Adams, same person. But that's fantastic, that is. Well, going back to
I'm sure it was him.
going back to him or Tony Adams, you look at his nose and the amount of oxygen he can get in there, his fitness must be off the scale.
Cardiovascular system
Oh.
wouldn't let him down.
3 lungs, I reckon. So I reckon, yeah, world class for me as well. Tony Adams, bang, in there.
Yeah, 3 lung Arsenal defender.
Yeah. So moving on, Emmanuel Adebayor.
Oh,
Not sure how he snuck in, to be honest.
It's a bit weird that he's in this category.
It is
but
very
he
strange.
Had a few strong years at Premier League, played for a lot of top sides. I think City, Arsenal.
His best moment was
Tottenham.
celebrating in front of the Arsenal fans for City
He
when he
ran-
ran the length of the pitch and then got everything thrown at him.
100-metre sprint down the whole of the Etihad Stadium to celebrate in front of the away fans.
Has to be one of the
That
best celebrations
deserves
of
some
all
credit
time.
on its own.
Yeah, it has to be one of the
But
best
we
celebrations of
are
all time.
football, judging purely on football.
Football and ability.
Yeah.
And to be honest, when he didn't need a contract the next year, he was wank. Every time you gave him a 4-year contract, the next 3 years, he'd be awful
Yeah.
because he's got his money.
I'm a bit of a Peter Crouch podcast listener, and he told a funny story that his household then called him Andy Adebayor, so he went by the name of Andy Adebayor.
What?
So if you want to laugh
Bit
at
of
that, you can.
alliteration there.
Yeah.
He's probably Togo's best player of all time. Now, I can't name any more Togoians.
You stumped me there. I
Togo-ishes.
couldn't tell you where his nationality is.
He's from Togo, a small little country next to Ivory Coast in Africa. So, probably the best Togo player of all time. But unfortunately for me, he's going to have to go on the bench. Maybe even Dog.
I saw him play at Tottenham for a few years, and we needed a striker, play up front on his own. Midfield was looking solid. He didn't really produce the sort of return you want from a star signing coming down from bigger clubs, so I'm happy with that selection.
You happy with Dog? Yeah,
Not as long
or
as it's not-
bench. Dog.
If it's not little chef category,
Yeah.
he's one above that.
Let's put him in dog. I mean, it might be harsh, but I'm not arsed. Moving on. We obviously can't do them all from the bottom here, so we're going to pick and choose who we do. Sergio Aguero.
You're skipping a few there.
I'm skipping a few. I'm skipping this Donny here.
Yeah, it could have been Kaká there from first sight.
I'm not really sure who that is, to be honest.
Is it?
It's a bit...
No,
It's out of my generation.
Are you saying Aguero?
Yeah, we're going to Aguero. We're going to miss Sanchez as well, because he shouldn't be in here.
Aguero, good striker, done a lot for City. Scored a few goals at Argentina. Got a little slim shady trim going on. I'm saying he'd be up there.
Yeah.
Who have we got so far? World class, Tony Adams.
Tony, got to be better than Tony Adams.
Might be a tier above Tony Adams.
He's got to be, otherwise. This is a
He
farce.
lives in the shadow of Messi a bit at Barca, at Argentina, which he's not through any fault of his own. But rating him as an individual player, yeah, we'll go one above Tony Adams. What's you think?
Legend. I'll agree there. I think he's probably going to go down as one of the best strikers in Premier League history.
Definitely.
He won the league title for City. Everyone knows that. Last minute goal against QPR. Everyone's seen it.
Yeah, that'll go down in history.
Yeah, you can't argue with that, I don't think. Right, next up, Roberto Baggio.
I've heard of this name and it rings a lot of bells as a legend of the game.
He played in
He's
Serie A.
Italian.
Small little, Italian bastard.
Number 10. Good on the ball.
Sick with his feet and that.
Baller.
He is a baller.
He was won a Ballon d'Or. Don't quote me on that, but
Might have, yeah.
I think he has done.
I mean,
In terms of seeing him play, can't say I have.
I've seen a few highlights. I've played with his icon card in FIFA 20.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, he was just too small and got bullied. But that's no fault of him. You know what I mean?
Stats looking good though.
Oh, unbelievable.
What
He's
sort of...
only like a 92 rated, I think. And he had
Oh,
5-star skills. Look, he's a certified baller. There's no doubt
He
in it.
seems a bit ahead of his time in the way you're talking about him being
Yeah,
a
definitely,
good player.
definitely, yeah.
Dribbler, shooter.
Pep would love him.
Guardiola would put him in his side, and I think that's the sort of
That's
way
what you want.
football has gone towards. So, Italian, they're known for the defenders. Quite a physical teams they produce, and to make a number 10 player that's playing at that level. If you win the Ballon d'Or, you can't be anything below.
It's got to be world class.
Below.
You can't be below Tony Adams.
So what's the
Go. He can't be. I don't think Roberto Baggio can go and go, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't
not,
jump out.
He's not go.
You know
Is he
you know.
legend? I think our knowledge is struggling here because it's past before our time, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, just missed out. Right?
But I have seen a lot of people saying Roberto Baggio is the best player to watch. They loved watching him work in his Serie A uniform.
if you've heard that through,
I've heard that through the grapevine.
then
I think we go legend.
I'm happy to lock him in as legend.
Let's lock him in. Roberto Baggio, tell us how you feel about that. Ooh. Problem here, he's gone in bench for a second.
I think we
'cause-
get a lot of support on that one because Baggio seems a bit of a hero. amongst
Yeah,
a
you'd
lot of
hope so.
people.
Right, that's a tricky one. We'll move past that one. Franz Beckenbauer.
Oh, that's a big name.
That's a big name. Germany, captain,
Captain of that.
goal scoring centre back.
Is it?
Yeah, Ramos before Ramos.
Oh, the early Ramos.
Yeah.
Ramos strikes me as a player that doesn't commit to a lot of fouls and doesn't get the best publicity, but effective is his work.
I think I could make an argument that Ramos is probably the best centre back of all time. And it'd be
Yeah.
pretty compelling. He's one of your... Well, it's not about him, though. We'll probably get to him. Let's see, Franz
So let's
Beckenbauer.
focus on the player.
World
in
Cup
subject.
winner. World Cup winner. Captain of the Germany team.
Mm.
Goal scoring centre back. Did it all.
Beckenbauer. I mean, the name just screams top player.
Unbelievable player. His prime icon card
He's
on
got
FIFA.
Beckham in his name. That's got to do a thing for him in the modern age.
Pretty sure it was
Beckham's
94.
carried on his name.
Yeah.
He's done a lot for the Beckenbauers.
I mean, I think he's got to go in legend or world class. Maybe go.
Did they win? Was that the year that England won it in 1966, where he was the Germany captain in the same game?
Might have been.
My knowledge might.
I think it was 1970 they won it. Because
Yeah.
not sure it was West. Not sure it was West Germany. It was full Germany he was playing for. I think.
Yeah, so he's the captain of the German side after the wall got knocked down.
Yeah,
So he might have helped with that.
the Berlin
He
one.
might have got his
I
shovel
think he
out
was
and
out
got-
there brick by brick, knocking
Yeah.
it down.
He could have been the one that pushed the final brick. So
Do you hope so?
United Germany, unplayed centre back for one of the best football teams to live. You still know his name to this day.
Franz Beckenbauer.
Legend.
I like that. I mean, I think he's been unlucky to miss out on GOAT, but these are things that happen, you know what I mean? Right, let's move on.
Bit a few more modern ones if you can throw in there.
Yeah, well, David Beckham.
Bex.
Bex is a tricky one for me because although he's a very big name and he was a very good footballer, I'm not sure he's as good as everyone says.
Beckham is a massive name. Like the marketing ability to
Oh,
sell
yeah, it was
shirts.
insane.
But I think when under the radar a bit was his work rate. He put loads of work in down that right wing, running marathons up and down that side, and good for a big game. Got England out of jail a few times. One that springs to mind: free kick against Greece to help them qualify for
Yeah,
the major
skinhead
tournament.
Bex was the best, I think.
Yeah, he went through a lot. Of
When he had his
haircuts.
skinhead, that's where he's really working his hardest.
And he went from Preston to United, one of the biggest club in England at the time, to Madrid, the Galactico era. I think.
LA
he's bang
Galaxy.
up there. Free kicks, crossing, shooting.
Where are you putting him? I'm putting him in world class for me. He's good, but I think he's a step below Franz Beckenbauer, Berto Baggio.
What he did
And
as a
Aguero.
right winger, he was one of the best. But them players that really take the game by the scruff of the neck.
There's people you can
probably
put
wouldn't
ahead
put
of
him in
him.
that category.
No, I think we go world class. Sticking with Tony Adams. I mean, that
Yeah.
does sound disrespectful to
Make a little
to
England
Bex.
team in that world class.
Yeah, let's get someone in there. Try and get Tony a bit in there if we can.
Yeah, like Tony.
Right, Tony. Right, let's keep this moving on.
Swiftly moving on.
Some tricky ones there. Oh, here we go. Cristiano Ronaldo.
CR7. What
CR7.
player. Couldn't say enough good words about that man. Great trainer. Made the best out of his ability. He's very talented, but to get to the top of the game, he's put in some serious graft. He's done it in Madrid for years. He did well at United. Now doing well at Juventus. I think he's on record to score the most goals ever if he carries on the path he is.
He's
Surpassing
getting old.
Pele.
He's getting old now.
He's
No sign of slowing down yet, though. Well,
No,
a little bit.
I saw he had the body type at Juventus pre-season training of a 20-year-old, even though he's in his mid-30s now. So, big game player, Champions League
I mean,
goals,
it's not even a debate.
done well in
is
World
it?
Cups.
Let's just stick him in now. There's no way.
He's a goat.
Don't worry, he's not going in there. He's a goat. There's no two ways about it.
He's a goat.
Next one, Johan Cruyff. I mean,
Oh my lord!
not sure there's any debate here either.
He's a big influence on this football system.
It's got to be a goat as well.
The
for me.
inventor of total football that started under Ajax in
What a
Holland.
player.
Managed Barca to a few league titles.
Quality manager as well. I'm moving him already. There's no debate here. Johan Cruyff
Yeah, for the influence on the game.
is a goat. There's no
He
two ways
invented a
about that.
Cruyff turn. He's got his own move.
He did. Right, I don't think there's anything more to me to say. It's Johan Cruyff.
Johan Cruyff, go. I'm happy with that.
Here's a tricky one. Kevin De Bruyne.
De Bruyne. He's only seemed to come to light in recent years. I don't know if...
He's been doing it for City for a few years now, but probably 3 years, 4 years.
He's 29, and I didn't think he was hitting his straps in his early 20s. I don't know if it was at
Not hitting his
Wolfsburg.
He dominated Wolfsburg.
Wolfsburg, yeah. He did well in the German league, but
He struggled.
he?
He struggled
He's
at
not-
Chelsea.
he
That
looked-
was the only way he
yeah.
struggled.
I'm just thinking the top players, they've spent at least a decade doing it in the highest leagues, season after season. And at the minute, he's probably maybe a bit too early to judge him because he'll have a few good years left in him, at least.
Where you sticking him? I think.
Legend, I'd say, if I had to pick.
I mean, that's one below GOAT. But I'm all right with that.
As a player, because he's
It's more based on talent. It's more based on talent than his actual achievements to this point. But his achievements, anyway, probably carry him there.
as a footballer.
If Roberto
as a
Baggio
ball
goes
player,
in, De Bruyne's got to go in.
similar player.
Right, De Bruyne's going
He gets
in, legend.
So many assists.
He's the best midfielder in the Premier League right now, maybe the world.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Passing ability is out this world. And he plays in a team that suits that as well. Like the passing style that City create. You've got different types of midfielders that you need to accompany him with. But as a distributor, legend.
Oh, here's one. Didier Drogba. The Drogs.
Drogba. What a man he was at Chelsea.
Quality player.
Yeah.
Big time player as well.
Yeah, big game
He
player
was
as well.
big. I think that's what really matters most. Like Ronaldo, you look at Ronaldo,
Yeah.
always does it in the big games.
Turns up in the Champions League.
Turns up. Didier Drogba.
Drogba good for a free kick.
That
Penalty.
header against Bayern Munich to equalise, and then he finished it off.
Yeah.
Scored the winning penalty.
He was the spearhead of the Chelsea team that won back-to-back titles under Mourinho. Ivory toast player.
Oh, he loved the ivory toast.
Yeah, I think he had beans on ivory and toast before he played that Champions League match. That's what spurred him on. As a striker, had pace, strength.
He had everything.
I reckon, where would you put him?
I think it's got to go in legend, surely. Maybe world class. Is he the same level as Aguero?
Maybe for a few years, but I think Aguero's a bit more longevity.
Yeah.
He'll still start as regular as most for City.
Drogba world class then.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Just below the legends.
Oh, we're gonna have to. We haven't got any in the bench or the starting 11. We've only got one in dog here, so.
I was a little bit lonely in the dock.
Yeah. There's a lot here to choose from. Landon Donovan's in here, so we're gonna rate him.
He's got to get a rating.
He played for Everton for a bit, and he was pretty good, to be fair. Landon Donovan was, but apart from that,
Landon Donovan. His first name sounds like London.
what an observation. Landon Donovan fucked off to the MLS eventually, and then carried the US team with Clint Dempsey
Yeah.
to a quarter-final, which was further than England got that year.
I think, was that the year where Dempsey scored that goal, Rob Green dropped into his net?
Yeah, we don't want to think about
shout
that.
out now, there's no need for that.
Don't want to
Do
think about that.
apologise.
But that
Did
is
a lot for the national side. A few good years at Everton.
yeah.
In terms of a football legend,
All this being said, I think he's got to go in dog.
after all
He's
that,
definitely worse than Adebayor. So
did it at Everton, did it at America.
dog. Edin Dzeko. Not sure why he's here, but we'll rate him. He was good for City for at least 2 years.
Yeah, played that target man role well when they weren't much more of a passing side. They were quite direct in their early years, and they're building a side. And he gave a focal point for attacks, nod down for the midfielders to run onto. Dzeko, good at what you think he's still playing in the Italian league.
Plays for Roma.
Yeah.
Probably still banging in goals, to be fair. He does get a few inform cards on FIFA. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Never got any pace, bless him.
You'd always have him. Even at a bigger club, you'd have him on the bench because he's an option. If you're 1-0 down, you need a goal.
Throw him on.
Get Dzeko in.
He's a goal machine. I reckon we get him in bench. He's not a starting 11 man because of all the legends we've got here at our
Bangs him in.
disposal.
Good goal scorer, bench.
Yeah, on the bench. Unlucky lad. Oh, Adebayor's got himself out of dog there.
Adebayor down there, please.
Yeah.
Don't want to see him climbing up the ladder.
Don't worry, we'll keep him caged in.
A few big names.
Yeah, there's a few.
Jesus.
Who you fancy who?
V, I think he did. Sorry, you're the host.
Sorry,
Jump
I'm
in.
just looking for the best content here. Steven Gerrard.
Gerrard. Stevie G. He did. For the amount of time he carried that Liverpool side, who weren't up to that much without him. They had a good players. They had a spell. They had Alonso, Suarez, Torres, players that he worked with and got the best out of them, and they went on to bigger things. Whereas he was a mainstay of that midfield. And you think about nights in Istanbul where they came back 3-0 down. He scored the first goal, galvanised the team. Got a lot to say about Gerrard, and I think I'd put him bang up there.
Yeah,
Not GOAT, but
legend.
what do you
I
think?
think, as an Everton fan, obviously, I have a lot of hate for Steven Gerrard, but there's no denying what he did on the pitch. I don't think the years at Liverpool that he spent
there's that
were
great,
top notch.
The Lampard Gerrard debate lingers on, and I think could Lampard done what Gerrard done at Liverpool? Probably not.
Lamp scored so many goals.
Maybe
though.
Gerrard couldn't have scored the goals that Lampard did, but Gerrard made more of an influence across his career on that Liverpool side.
Gerrard was a
Lampard
machine
just-
in his prime. Could do it all.
Who? Gerrard.
Gerrard, machine.
Yeah. He played number 8. He played number 4. He played all over midfield. He could tackle, score.
He's going.
pace,
He's going
captain.
in legend. There it is. He's been put in legend. Oh, David Beckham got relegated to starting 11 there.
Yeah. And coming up as a manager now.
Right. Yeah. Giggs. No, this is a very tricky one for me because everyone hypes him up. But in the days where I watched him, he was an old hag who was hanging out on the left, just crossing him in.
He had a contract at United for years.
Fergie just kept him around to cross him in, I think.
I think a bit of experience in the dressing room, what he's thinking, and you probably didn't see the best years of him. But
That's why I admit he was an old hag when I was watching him.
yeah, you said that openly. I think the goal he scored against Arsenal in the FA Cup, where he took on half the team.
How many times has that been shown?
The midfield defence. Yeah, his top off, hairy chest, sprinting down the touchline,
So hairy.
giving it massive. He was so hairy. Yeah, thinking about the snail trail was going from his neck to his belly button.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. He needs to get a hold of that. What are you going for? I reckon
Giggs, he's a Premier League legend. I suppose.
starting 11. I reckon
Do you do much for Wales?
you can't really do much for Wales. I don't think.
Bales does.
Bales hasn't done it. Well, he got him to a final, didn't he?
Did a little bit in those Euros. Scored against England.
Yeah, I mean, Bale's probably better than Giggs. I
Probably
reckon he
is.
goes starting 11.
Yeah. Probably just missed his time to appreciate him fully, but we'll put him in
Probably,
starting
but
11.
He's better than Dzeko, and he's probably worse than Beck. So
So he's our first starting 11
he
player.
is our first starting 11.
Man like Giggs.
We've got Rude Hullet,
Giggs is a artist as well. Don't know if any relation.
the rapper.
The rapper Giggs.
The rapper man. Right, we got Rude Hullet and a rude boy.
Rude Hullet. I'm going to hold my hands up and say Rude Hullet is a player,
Rude Jullet.
for me, don't know anything about.
Yeah, I never watched him play.
It's all on
either.
you.
I reckon we miss it. I've only played with him on FIFA.
Skip him. I think he's from Holland.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, he is. Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confirmed, yeah. So
Right, okay.
Thierry Henry, what player? French, Lille Bleu. Beautiful footballer. Arsenal player, scored bags of goals.
Fantastic footballer.
Sponsored Peugeot adverts. A brand man. Played for Barca for a few years. 3, 4, 5 years. Henry, yeah. Premier League, great. He makes all Premier League best 11s. Thierry Henry.
Where are you sticking him?
I'm going to say
You
legend.
go legend. Yeah, you got to go legend there, haven't you? I mean, Thierry Henry, one of the top goal scorers of Premier League history. If not, no, Alan Shearer's the top goal scorer, isn't he? Not sure.
Shearer.
He did it for France anyway, so...
Did a little handball against Ireland. That was a naughty one. But
don't-
we don't mention that.
Yeah, he was very old then. He had to do it. I would have... At the end of the day, I would have done the same. To get my country into the World Cup, I'd do anything.
I saw Arsenal when they were
I'd have took a
unbelievable.
shit on the keeper.
That Invincibles side, like whenever Perez was going down the right, Lundberg down the left, Henry finishing goals off. All sorts of goals. Tap-ins, outside the box, inside the box, headers, good finishes. Yeah, I think, where would you say overall? Legend?
He's already in legend, I think.
He's settled himself in?
He's
Who's he amongst?
He's moved in. Right, he's amongst Aguero, Roberto Baggio, Franz Beckenbauer, Kevin De Bruyne, Stevie G, and then obviously the little French terrier in there. Right, Diego Maradona.
Wow, I could divide nations with this opinion. I think as a really good footballer, Argentina great.
Diego Maradona was a good footballer. Say it ain't so.
I'm fighting his cause in the way that other players up there couldn't play with the ball in the way and do the things that Diego could do.
Man
like Diego, drug lord.
Oh,
No,
we don't bring...
I didn't say drug lord. It was like he's
Lord of the drugs.
Argentina.
Lord of the drugs.
I better stop talking before I get myself.
He loved the Columbia marching powder. He was dosed up to his eyeballs half the time he was playing for the Napoli. He's got to be. I mean, it's a goat, isn't it? It can't be anything else. Loves a
Remember that
handball.
run he did against England?
Loves a handball. Loves a great goal.
Hand of God.
Loves the cocaine. And for that reason, he's going in GOAT. And he has gone above Johan Cruyff there, but they are not in order. Do not worry. Let's move swiftly on. Paolo Maldini.
Rock at the back. AC Milan. Italy defender. Couldn't get past him. Maldini.
For me,
what a player.
It's got to be GOAT. It's got to be GOAT. It's Paolo Maldini.
The name stands out, and
You must see him play.
I probably have
played
watched
against
it.
Liverpool in the one where they came back from 3-0.
Yeah, I've watched him do it like in a few big games. I'll probably put my eyes across him, but
everyone knows though. Paolo Maldini.
Go to big shout. If you want to go with that,
well,
you have to take the repercussions.
You've
in
got
the
to think. Look, I'm ready to go to war with Paolo Maldini. If there's one man, if there's one man I'll go to war with, it's Paolo Maldini. He played like 800 games for AC Milan.
Port Vale, weren't you, in your prime? Is he the guy you modelled your game on?
Yeah. He loves a tackle, and I love a tackle.
Yeah, you love a 50-50.
But he always did say if he makes a tackle, he had already made a mistake by then. He loved an interception even more than a tackle. He was in between his head. It was his brain playing the game, not his feet. They called him the 3-eye Raven.
Good Lord, so he could fly, tackle, intercept.
And he was a dragon. So he's going in GOAT for me, and I'm not going to hear anything about it.
There's a lot of defenders that you'll have to... I'm happy with you there, but when we get defenders that are like...
Paolo Maldini
the best.
Top 5 defender of all time.
You've got Franz Beckenbauer down.
Franz Beckenbauer has been mugged off here. And I think Thierry Henry might have been hard done by as well, but...
Strikers do get a little bit more of a look in because they're more noticeable, they're scoring goals, they're in the public eye.
Yeah.
Maldini, you've put him in GOAT. Let's go with that.
Right, okay. Lionel Messi.
I think new category.
Do you think a new category?
I'll argue that he's the best ever. Does things that no one can do. Moved from Argentina as a kid. Left his whole family home behind to move and try and make it as a player. Barcelona didn't look after him as well as they could have in the early days. He still had to fight for his place, and even the people from a young age that saw him play said he would be the best. Always been the best. Still the best now. How many Ballon d'Ors? 6?
5, 6. Yeah, I'll agree with you there. I don't think he's definitely the best of the best, but he should not be in a different category. He's definitely the best of all time in a different sphere, talent-wise, and what he can do with the ball.
The public limelight. He doesn't want all to get involved in
but I
TV.
think
as a footballer, he dominates everyone.
I think his accolades, though, his team accolades, really let him down. He's never had any international success, really. He got to that World Cup final, but he didn't make it over the hump.
Maradona did a few things where
Maradona won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, he won the World Cup with Argentina. Messi can't say
Messi can't do that. And you got how many Champions Leagues has he won? 3, maybe?
World Cups are a hard thing to come by, and it's hard.
They
to
are,
judge
but
he's
the best player of all time, and everyone makes out that Argentinian squad is horrendous. But realistically, it's not, is it? Got Di Maria, they had Aguero in that time, they had Higuain in his prime. They had a good team. Probably should have done more. Let's be real. He didn't even win. What's it called?
The thing that gets me about Messi, you see these World Cup moments like Ronaldo, and he scores free kicks. The one against Spain to make it 3-3.
I was a hat trick as well.
He got Rooney sent off. He does things that make his team win games, get to the next level.
At the end of the day,
knockout rounds. And Messi, I think it's hard to say because he's probably got another World Cup in him, and I wouldn't write him off at this point.
He's only got one more, and they're not winning that World Cup.
As a footballer, he's number one player.
Look, he's in GOAT. There's no denying that, but
he's a GOAT. Possibly not a new category until he brings home the Qatar World Cup.
He's got to bring home a World Cup. Right. Luka Modric.
Big fan of his.
This is a controversial one for me.
As a Tottenham fan, I saw him grow from a young Croatian that we signed, who's maybe not caught up with Premier League physically, not a massive tackler for a deep line midfielder. his range of passing, his intelligence, his ability to not lose the ball, to stay calm. Was a massive goal scorer, but he did chip in. His assists were good. Got his move to Real Madrid, and his defining year in 2018 when he took that Croatia side, captained them to the World Cup final, as well as winning the Champions League for Madrid. He's gone from humble beginnings, playing Croatian football, I think moved to Tottenham at 21, to getting a mainstay in the Madrid side for 5, 6, 7 years, as well as captain Croatia and doing a lot for them. Underrated because he's not scoring goals, he's not making the headlines, but he's doing a lot of work in the midfield, the engine room. Into that.
I think he's probably the worst Ballon d'Or winner of all time.
I even forgot to mention that. Ballon d'Or.
He's probably the worst Ballon
He's
d'Or winner of
broken-
all time.
He's broken the Messi and Ronaldo era. That's unheard of. They're cleaning up, and he's the one that's ended that reign. And he's not a striker. You don't see him scoring hat-tricks. He dominated that midfield as much as it's hard to say as an England fan and breaks people's hearts, but
He's not a legend.
we were 1-0 up in that semi-final, dominating, and he's turned the game on its head, just strangled the life out of that midfield, him and Rakitic, Brozovic just behind them. He's won that game for them, and he's got a small side of Croatia, population I think 3 million, and taking them to World Cup final, and those are the sort of things, as we mentioned, Messi probably lacking a bit.
Right, we've got to start wrapping this up soon. Yeah, keep babbling on. Where the fuck is he going?
I'm on a mad rant here. So
Where's he
you have
going?
to stop me. I'd put him. I'm going to make a case for GOAT. I couldn't live myself if I didn't put him up there.
Right.
He's taken him to. He's won a Ballon d'Or. If that doesn't deserve a GOAT, then you need to go and buy a GOAT.
Go. Right, I'm willing to put him in the world class, but he's not going legend.
Anyone?
He's not a legend.
Let's just think about it. Players vote for Ballon d'Or. He, with judging football players.
Yeah, he's had 1 year. It's about longevity. That's why Aguero went in legend.
You're saying that it's
Drogba,
about longevity. He
Drogba
plays for
went
Real
in
Madrid,
world class.
in the centre of midfield, dominating in the biggest, probably one of the biggest clubs in the world. And he's played there for 10 years.
Yeah.
If that's not dominating the world scene,
Didier Drogba, Bex,
Giggs.
Giggs.
They can't.
Giggs is in the starting 11.
For me, Modric, the way he played the game enticed me to watch football.
Oh my god. So where are you putting him?
I could not live with myself if I didn't make a case of Modric going and GOAT.
This is outrageous. Thierry Henry would be fuming. You think about the look on Thierry Henry's face. If we put Luka Modric... Well, if you're going GOAT,
It's one
I'm going to
Ballon
go
d'Or.
with bench. So that equals out at world class.
If you can look
And that's a democracy right there. I'm putting him on the bench.
putting Luka
You're
Modric on
putting
the
him on the GOAT. He's going straight in world class. And that's where he belongs, and we all know it. He's not a legend. He's not De Bruyne. He's not Stevie G.
From the raw facts of playing at Madrid,
I think
winning
Roberto
the Ballon d'Or
Baggio
and getting them to the World Cup
Baggio's
final.
should be world class, I think. But we'll move on. Right, I reckon we've got
So
time for two more.
You put him in world class.
Yeah, we've got time for two more.
Is it?
Yeah, well, because we're running out of time. And then we've covered...
Oh, we got bags of time, mate.
No. Neymar.
We had a debate about him, didn't we?
This is a big one for me.
Yeah, you had just
Your
answered it.
personal
I'll
fave.
start then and say Neymar. Done well. Got a big money move in his younger days. Straight to Barcelona, or is he?
It was Santos, then he moved to Barcelona.
So he's at a club that can make. If he's the best player at Barcelona, he's the best player in the world, more or less. Well, Messi was always
He's not
living in
going
his
to beat
shadow.
Messi out, though, is he?
I think it's hard to play in a team when Messi's the main player, and if you want to win Ballon d'Ors, which a player of his talent should be looking at, then you need to play in the best leagues in the world, and that's Spain, where he was at, England. But to move to France, where you got the Champions League and they're pushing to win Champions League, week in, week out, they're battering teams 5 and 6-0. Whereas if you're staying at Barcelona, you're playing in the Spanish league where you're going to become the best footballer. I don't think he can be classed as a GOAT, but although you probably had the potential, maybe grew up in the wrong era, getting in the same team as Barcelona. If you could have joined Madrid, Juventus, a top team in England, then he could have made a case for himself being a top. But he's 28 now, and although he can still do a lot more in his career, I want to see more from him as a Brazilian talent who can do all sorts with the ball.
Right, where is he going?
Oh, what's your opinion? I thought you...
I'm going legend. He's better than David
You
Beckham.
were trying to say that... Well, didn't you go down the route that you're defending his move to France?
Yes, I will defend his move to France. Because... Oh my... I'm getting peppered. I will defend his move to France because it was the right thing to do. He needs to get out of Messi's shadow. He went to build a club in PSG. He's the main Donny. He's going to bring home a Champions League.
Hasn't done yet.
He's going to do it. Everyone knows it. Him and Mbappe, if they stay together long enough, they will flourish into a team. And honestly, I think they've got a good chance when he comes back in August and he's going to do the business. As long as Bayern Munich and Man City don't get in the way, it's a clear road for me. No one's beating PSG.
They're in the
Neymar
semis.
is a legend for me. He's better than Drogba. He's better than Bex. He's definitely better than Tony Adams. And he's definitely better than Modric.
Yeah, it's good to see you've got a passion for a sort of player of Neymar.
Where would you stick
I wasn't
him?
going to say go. I was arguing the fact that maybe you thought that he'd be in that category, but after what you said, I think we can agree. Neymar Jr.
Legend.
He's a legend.
Yes. Right. I reckon
We got...
that's a good list.
Do you reckon we could fill it up a bit more down the...
Mate,
The
right.
middle
Yeah,
areas.
we'll get a few shitters in there. Mesut Ozil.
Doesn't do a lot. Good
Bench.
passer. German. Not a German footballer in a way. You think of power.
Yeah, he's not a German
Pace.
footballer. Spanish.
He's more Spanish player, yeah.
Bench.
But to break off and be a non-German footballer in the team and provide that creativity in midfield, got to hand it to him there. Bench.
Bench. Great decision. Pele.
Yeah, not bad.
Bench.
Dog.
Made up half
No,
his
sorry.
goals.
We can't joke about the world's greatest.
I stick him in dog. Half his goals, honestly, half his goals were against farmers, and half of them,
stick Pele and Dog.
half of them were.
I don't know where you're coming from.
Emmanuel Adebayor would be better than Pele. As a
As a
fact,
target man.
as a target man is everything. He's a whole package.
Pele is widely regarded as the best footballer in the world, and if we put him in Dog,
Because
that
of
could be the end of our podcast.
Because of
the
stats.
end.
Because of stats he made up, but because he won like 4 World
He
Cups,
scored the most goals ever.
I'll
This
stick-
goes down in history.
I'll
and
stick
record
him in.
books.
I'll stick him in legend. Because he won 3 World Cups, but
No.
because he fabricated stats and half of them were against farmers and labour workers, he's not going in GOAT. No one who has to make up goals is going in GOAT.
We have a good-looking.
His dad
list.
was even worse. His dad said he scored like 1,000 goals in 2 games. His
Okay.
dad's a liar. He's a liar.
They may have made up stats, but you can't get a reputation like that without being the world's greatest, and that's exactly what he was. We've got a good-looking list there, and we don't want to put Pele in the middle order
Oh yeah.
and end up getting
That's-
raps about it.
That's not muddy. That's not muddy the water. I'll put him in GOAT, but look, I don't believe in it. He's a liar. Right, one more. We're doing one
You
more.
don't believe in his stats.
No, he's a liar. Sergio Ramos.
Is it one more?
This is the last one.
All right.
You want to do Puyol instead? You want to do Frank Ribery?
Puyol. Who do you say?
I said Ramos.
Ramos. Divides opinion. Broke Salah's elbow.
I could make the argument he's top 3 centre backs of all time.
When Spain were in the prime, he was shoved out to the right back. I can remember in a World Cup.
Yeah,
And as the best defender of all time, you don't get moved. You are the centre back, and they play around you. But
no, but the fact that he had the ball playing abilities to go to right back
that's true.
really shows his stuff. He scored more goals than like Figo in the Liga.
He's more adaptive than those 2 centre backs who stayed and played in their position.
He was the main rock in Real Madrid when they won 3 Champions League on a bounce. He also won the World Cup and he's won the Euros. He's the top goal scoring defender of all time. You cannot tell me this man is not top 3 centre backs of all time. He's going in
He's managed to get
legend.
himself on pens for Madrid.
He's definitely legend. He might be GOAT.
Heads it, good ball player, can play at full back.
Where's Paolo Maldini?
Let's have him legend.
Paolo Maldini got into GOAT, but alright.
He's a legend, hasn't he?
Okay, so there's our list. give you a look through here. In GOAT, we'll start at the bottom actually, and we'll work our way up. In Dog, we've got Landon Donovan and Emmanuel Adebayor and Pele. Oh no, Pele escaped.
Don't start Pele. He's
Pele
not
Stoke.
Dog era.
Right, bench, Edin Dzeko,
Bench is a bit of a drugs category.
Mesut Ozil. I mean, those two categories, they're really tricky. I don't even know why those players are there, to be honest.
You wouldn't have Paul either on the bench.
Right, in our starting 11, we've got one player. So we've got a starting one.
So this is our starting 11 going
Ryan
on
Giggs.
Saturday. We've got one player in it.
Got one player,
Got left winger.
Ryan Giggs. So let's cancel that game. World-class players, Didier Drogba, David Beckham, Tony Adams, which
Tony.
is now looking like an absolute scandal that he's made in there. And
Good little set there.
Luka Modric.
In world class.
That's world-class, yeah. Well, Luka Modric, there's a big debate there.
I'm not happy. I want to see him up the order.
Unfortunately, the list is as the list says.
Modric for me does a lot of things with the ball. I think.
Right,
Get him up
it's
there.
over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Well,
saying. I
mate,
want to see him higher. But
if you want to see him higher in the comments, make your case, please. We'd love to hear from you. Unfortunately, though, it will be discarded. Legends, Sergio Aguero, Roberto Baggio, which I think he's pushing his luck here.
Baggio, what a Ballon d'Or.
Franz Beckenbauer's got to be fuming. How's he not made it into GOAT? De Bruyne could be a GOAT in the future. Stevie G, Thierry Henry, Ramos should definitely be GOAT. Neymar, future GOAT.
Neymar, potentially future GOAT.
Definitely a future GOAT. And then in the final GOAT, we got Cristiano Ronaldo, Diego Maradona, Johan Cruyff, Paolo Maldini, Messi, and then some guy made up some goals. So that's it. That concludes our list. I reckon I might get myself in GOAT, go and play a few farmers down the road.
Yeah, well, the likes of Maldini, if he can get in GOAT, there's nothing stopping you. I reckon you could take out a few farmers, fabricate a few stats, get yourself on the
I could
list of honour.
Yeah. I'll make my own Wikipedia page. Sure, Pele's all over that.
Yeah, I mean, as a centre-back for Port Vale Juniors, there's nothing stopping you becoming one of the best players the world's ever seen.
Right,
And that's what we operate on.
let's end it off. Right, that's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed. All of
Don't
us.
forget, like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, comment if you disagree with us.
Dislike
if you
and
agree with us.
distrack.
Do
You know
whatever
how
you
to
want.
find us.
Yeah.
When and Where Podcast.
Stay tuned for more.
Or
All the best.